What's going on, guys? It's me, AJT. Wait, from this video back. I'm gonna find some more Danganronpa to provide us with. So if you guys check out the last video, we up to the class trial, up to the fourth class trial, like Amari's class trial. So let's go. Let's see. So we gotta figure out this hangman's game. It's electric something. I'm gonna get it. Let's see. Elevator. Oh, that came in way too fast. Wait. Oh my god, why is it going in so fast? Now I need a team.
Must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself.
Yeah, the tower.
The inside of the tower is one big elevator.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
Right.
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
Good point.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
That's a good point.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right?
That's right.
But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
I see!
Pure guess.
Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
And?
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
There's no ceiling. That was dumb.
I see!
I shouldn't have done that.
So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
There was a door on the bottom and a door on the
Then,
top.
where do the different floors lead?
Nowhere.
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show. Why was something like that necessary?
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
Good job, Monica. We actually
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me! Take responsibility for yourself!
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
There's no way that's gonna happen! Stop with the tasteless jokes!
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
That's true.
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the Funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
It goes up and down, dummy.
If that elevator moves vertically, then, when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower.
Or maybe one house is like that and the other house is like this. You know what I mean? So one is like that, the other one is facing this way. You get it? I get
Answer me,
it.
fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally. If the two houses are
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally. If the two houses are
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, if the contact elevators, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning.
It's clearly
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
Alright, can switch.
If the two houses are
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, if the contact the towers are in opposite directions.
Maybe you two are the accomplices or something. Like, one of you is the accomplice and you're both working together. I think, maybe it's true. It's a good theory though. Maybe they're both working together and one of them is the accomplice and one of them, you know. So, maybe that's why they've been vouching for
will never give up!
Okay. I think...
The two houses are
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
It's only giving us two choices every time. It always does that.
The two houses are connected
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally. The two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's wrong! The elevator wasn't just moving vertically.
Also, when Hajime said no, that's wrong, I didn't hear the...
Isn't that right, Kazuichi? Huh? Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
Figuring out everything, bro.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all! You're inhuman!
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's...
What is the octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
Doesn't know
I see.
Crap, this is easy. How wouldn't you know what an octagon is?
An octagon is a... I didn't expect you to know that.
Shut up!
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
What are you supposed to select?
We will never give up!
Or maybe it's the elevator and the... would it be the elevator and Strawberry House? The elevator is four-sided and Strawberry House is four-sided, so maybe... Excuse me. This is hard, man. I can't rotate, can I? Oopsie. I didn't mean to click that. I don't know.
talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the octagon.
You're gonna make us figure it out again, aren't you?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the Funhouse.
What?
Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru.
That does make sense.
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the Funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime.
Oh no.
Truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
Oh, it's gonna go into this thing now. It's just painting.
Hiya!
Look at the point of this.
Hello! I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently. I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Okay.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
See, Sonya's...
That's not what's important.
Look at Sonya and
The
Gundam.
thing that's
I
really
think
important
Sonya
is
and Gundam, like,
the killer
they
who
work
used the building
together.
structure.
Sonya's
Like who's
the accomplice,
Nekomaru's murderer?
is, you know,
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon?
Because
Nagito
Gundam-
said it, you know.
because Gundam,
There's
said he
no
was the
way
ultimate
I'd lie
weapon,
at
so-
such an important moment.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
Gundam probably uses
He's right.
weird ritual
There was a
called
time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that
Oh,
remark.
what's his name? That Mecha.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You're drooling waterfalls?
Anyway, if the killer used the...
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Falling, maybe? How would he fall?
I see!
Ow!
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
Then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
How was
Are
he...
you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method.
Maybe they pushed him off from the door.
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Gundam pushed him off and Sonya was down the bottom while the door was open and she screwed it up.
Saying he died from falling
Look at
is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Too many of these, man.
When the elevator is on the 1st, you can't go through the door on the 4th.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking them up, they moved the elevator from the 4th and made use of the...
Hold on! Could you... As long as there's a moving object inside. The other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
When the elevator is up, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking them, they moved the and made use of the...
Hold on! As long as there's a moving object inside.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Damn it!
When the elevator is up, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking them, they moved the and made use of the...
Hold on! As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong!
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me. Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the...
So you're telling us to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and...
Silence, pest!
Don't be so... What if I start to enjoy it?
If you arrange it as... You can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up?
Silence!
Don't... What if I start to enjoy it?
If you arrange it as... You can cause the drop within the elevator. If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all
to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is a fish. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on
The doorknob on the board. I agree with that.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair!
That's right. He was suspended in mid-air. Huh?
By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy. So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. What? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Use the toy that you found.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time if you want to... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru in is just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, now's the neck. You still won't be able to moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside. Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone... It's possible that he...
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? What? Nekomaru fell on his own? What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way... Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru fell on his own? What? Nekomaru fell on his own? What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain that moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story.
Let me figure this out.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way... Now's the neck. You still won't be able to... Moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru should have still been in...
Allow me to cut through those words! What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, The scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this! So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right? I see!
That's how the pillar fell when the big noise was made.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar.
That's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See? I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No, that's wrong!
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the Funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.